Brand management. The feelings consumers and businesses have about a brand is the brand image. Because of global competition, companies must develop a stronger brand and corporate image. While product quality is important in this process, communication plays a critical role in brand development. Brand image is made up of everything a company does, has, and is. It includes both tangible and intangible elements. So the tangible elements can be observed. So in addition to the goods or services that are sold, it can include retail outlets where the products are sold, factories where the products are made, advertising, promotion, and other forms of communication all reflect the image of a brand. Certainly the brand name and logo convey a specific message as well, packaging. On the intangible side are policies of the company in dealing with employees and other publics. Ideas and beliefs espoused by corporate personnel become part of the image. Even the culture and the location of the company are important. Consider Google and how their culture and the location of their headquarters. And then lastly, media reports can enhance or harm a company's image depending on what is communicated. From a consumer's perspective, a strong brand image generates positive assurance when customers purchase goods or services with which they have little experience. So, for example, a well-known brand or a company becomes a safer purchase choice. In shopping, strong brand image can save search time. So if you see a company's brand name that you are familiar with, even if you've never bought that particular line of products before, you will associate a positive image with them. So if you have never purchased a car, for example, but you have heard and you associate Honda as a strong brand image, it will speed up the purchase time. A strong brand name also provides psychological reinforcement to consumers to affirm you've made a right choice. You purchased a product with a strong brand name, and it provides social acceptance with other people. So they see that you purchased the Honda vehicle, for example, and that communicates something about the quality of car that you have purchased. Having a strong brand image also benefits a company. It allows for the extension of new products. So, for example, a quality brand image enhances the introduction of a new product because customers normally transfer their trust and beliefs about the corporation to a new product. So, for example, if Utz, which is well known for making a quality potato chip, were to develop a chili flavored cracker, the adoption of that new product would move along more quickly because the consumer was able to associate that brand image with a quality product. They also can typically price their products higher. Consumers are willing to pay the higher price and also become more loyal as well. They also tend to purchase more frequently and often and generate positive word-of-mouth communications. In terms of distribution, a strong brand name allows a company to have greater channel power. Because consumers purchase the company's products, retailers and other channel members will want to stock it. Even employees are attracted to good companies. They want to be associated with a firm that is well known. And lastly, it provides more favorable ratings with investors. Choosing a corporate name is important. Companies will spend thousands and even millions on choosing the right name. Corporate names can be divided into 4 categories. So overt names reveal what the company does, so Fix-A-Flat or American Airlines. Implied names contains words or parts that convey what the company does, such as FedEx. Conceptual names capture the essence of what a company offers, such as Twitter. And then iconoclastic names represent something unique, different, memorable. It doesn't really reflect or imply what the company does. Google would be an example of that, or Nike. Brands can be placed into three major categories: family brands, brand extension, or flanker brands. So family brands are a group of related products that are sold under one name. The advantage of using a family brand is that that brand image is transferred to new products. Brand extensions involve using an established brand name on products or services not related to the core brand. So for example, Black & Decker putting its brand name on appliances, or Nike selling a line of clothing to go along with its main product, shoes. A flanker brand involves the development of a new brand sold in the same category as another brand. So for example, Procter & Gamble offers a number of brands within a category such as laundry detergent or body wash. Hallmark sells a cheaper version of greeting cards called Shoebox Greetings. The goal of the flanker brands is to capture a bigger market share without cannibalizing current brands. There are three types of co-branding options. So co-branding is offering two or more brands in a single product or service. Ingredient branding is the placement of one brand within another brand. So such as Intel processors in Dell computers. Cooperative branding is the joint venture of two or more brands in a new product or service, such as Visa card offered by JP Morgan Chase with American Airlines. Complementary branding is the marketing of two brands together for co-consumption. So Oreo branded milkshakes at Dairy Queen. Logos are important because often people see the logo and instantly know the company. In a symbolic way, it conveys a message. Corporate logos provide several benefits. They aid in recalling specific brands and advertisements. People may not notice the brand name, but the logo is a picture and tends to be remembered better. It helps to aid in the recall of advertisements and brands, and in shopping, customers often look for familiar logos and colors of packages and products, which saves time and energy. They don't really need to look at the alternatives. The first step in managing a brand image is to identify the desired image. So, what do we want the consumers to think when they see our brand? It really begins with evaluating the current image by asking customers, what do you think when you hear our brand name? It's also important to ask non-customers. They often present a different view and one that reflects maybe why they didn't make a purchase. Having a strong brand image can be a strategic advantage for a company. Interstate Batteries, for example, has a specific image, one that is desirable to most consumers. Creating the right image is important. It sends a clear message about what the firm sells and what it stands for. With the business-to-business sector, creating the right image may be more challenging. That was the case for Scott Equipment, which sells new and used construction and industrial equipment. Creating the right brand image was important to the company's success. In some cases, an image has become stale or it's not quite in sync with what the company wants. It is then time to rejuvenate the image. The company wants to keep what is good about the past, but build new concepts for the future, or maybe modify the view slightly to be more relevant to consumers. Rejuvenating a brand image can produce a number of positive results. An example of rejuvenating an image is when business travelers began to view Holiday Inn as outdated with old decor. The management team remodeled many properties and then also terminated contracts with properties that did not meet their new standards. The most difficult challenge is changing an image. At times, it might not even be possible. It becomes necessary to change an image when the target market declines, there's lower sales, or when the product no longer matches industry trends. So changing an image requires considerably more advertising, and it has to begin internally and then move outward. Employees must see the change, believe the change has occurred, and then convey that change to every contact the company makes. It is a slow, tedious process. Developing strong brands begins by understanding why consumers buy a brand. So there are some typical questions that can be asked of a client to measure the current position of a brand and to help the marketing department or an agency understand the current position of a brand in the mind of the consumer. Brand loyalty is the ultimate goal of building powerful brands. With brand loyalty, customers purchase only that specific brand regardless of the effort necessary. I remember speaking with a student who would drive to a different store if they were not able to find Heinz brand ketchup. They just wouldn't buy any ketchup at all until they were able to get that specific brand. That is the epitome of a marketing goal and success of a brand. Brand parity is when consumers see very few differences among brands. So they have very little brand loyalty and they're able to switch. Maybe whoever has a promotion or a sale will drive the consumer to make that purchase decision. Brand equity is a set of characteristics that make a brand unique, and it helps fight brand parity situations because the brand is perceived as being better. The popularity of private brands has fluctuated over the years. An example of a private brand would be Target's Up and Up brand. So it's a company's own private brand of products. In the past, private brands were seen as low price, low quality, and really only price-sensitive consumers purchase private brands. However, retailers began investing in their private brands, and as a result, 72% of consumers today see private brands as being equivalent to manufacturer brands. The importance of packaging should never be overlooked. It's the final opportunity to make an impression on your customer. Research has shown that 69% of purchase decisions are made in the store. That really translates to the value of packaging and how influential in the final purchase decision it can be. Research has further shown that a package has 3 seconds to catch the attention of the customer. So it really needs to stand out, and it needs to tell customers what's inside and why they should look inside. Marketers can face some ethical issues in the area of brand management. First, brand infringement. This occurs when a company takes a brand name that is very similar to a current successful and popular brand. For example, Victor's Secret was a brand infringement on the brand Victoria's Secret. Second, sometimes brand names become the generic term for the product category, such as Xerox and Band-Aids or tissue. More recently, the term Google has gained generic status. The last ethical issue is domain or cyber squatting, which is the purchase of website domains that individuals know are or will be valuable to a business or a person. So they purchase the domain so that they can sell it for a higher price later. For global firms, brand management is an important issue. A major decision that has to be made is should the brand use a standardized approach to marketing or adaptive based on the local culture and country. So standardization is cheaper. Coca-Cola is an example of a company that has been able to largely use the standardization strategy. Here, the brand name is used in multiple countries and the same marketing plan is followed. With the shrinking world that we exist in today and due to improvement in information technology, standardization makes sense. Most people have access to media and communication from all around the world, and they're exposed to people from all around the world. So standardization is becoming more attractive. However, For low involvement products, it's best to use an adaptive approach and develop local brands.